No, I have an idea, but I don't know like the actual definition.
No.
Yes, I believe so.
I can infer what it means just based on what the word is, but it's not a term that I'm familiar with or hear regularly.
Yes.
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 I guess like in media it's defined as toxic masculinity. Like when guys conform to the normal man gender roles. And they only believe in that.
Like the idea that men are like superior and it has to do a lot with like harassing women and all that.
It's men overly trying to have the ideal male. What's the word? Ideal male body? Ideal male. Whatever they perceive that a male should look like.
For me, I would define hypermasculinity as trying to prove yourself kind of thing. Dude, I don't remember the last time you were yourself kind of thing, because every time they're trying to prove like, I'm this kind of dude, like I don't show any kind of emotion, and then I'm like this and this and this, then definitely I would consider that trying to be happy, because it's not what you are. Naturally, it's just you trying to prove a point kind of thing. But yeah, definitely.
So it's the stereotypical trait of men that's pushed to the point of being dominant and like overly dominant, overly aggressive. It's a concept that makes it not okay for men to express emotions, even though everybody experiences emotions.
I think hypermasculinity would be just kind of thinking like the male is the superior gender. It's like a man's ruling or nothing. Yeah, basically.
The belief that in order to be manly is to strive for dominance and not to have
the inherent feminine traits. This results in repression of expressive emotions and elevated aggression.
Hate it. Because like people should be able to feel whether you're like a man or a woman, and so it's like the notion that like men can't cry because like you're seen as weak. Like it's not fair. Like everyone has feelings.
I think that hypermasculinity is just a product of like society and society's views. I think it puts men in a box, and then it makes it harder for them to actually be themselves, not only as a man, but like just as a person.
The definition you give is very prevalent in like society. Like we see that everywhere. We see a lot of guys that don't like to express their feelings, and because of this, like you said, it leads to aggression and things of that nature. So I feel like it's everywhere around us, and we just gotta work to try and diminish that stigma.
I don't think it's a healthy mentality to have, and I think it's causing a lot of problems.
That it can be problematic for people socially and in the workplace. I mean, I don't think it does anyone any favors.
I believe you could be a man and be assertive and be respectful and be strong and be all these things without being like, oh yes, for me to show my strength I have to like downgrade other people, or for me to show my confidence I have to like talk bad about other people or hate on other people kind of thing. I believe there's an idea of my idea of being a man still depends on you need to be strong, you need to be dependable, you need to be all these things, because today's society doesn't really need a man who go out and, let's say, hunt for a wild boar.
I don't think true equality can be achieved until we start letting people be who they truly are. And if that means a little boy wants to be a fashion designer instead of playing football, he shouldn't be ostracized for that.
In society, like it's everywhere in movies. Like whenever you watch a movie or a TV show, guys are seen as like masculine, athletic, protectors, aggressive, and then in like society that like leads off of that, people see that and guys just want to be that certain type of way. They don't like sharing their feelings, and they want to be dominant, like you said, and that leads to aggression and things like that.
I think at parties on campus, I could see that. Like you go out, all the girls are wearing like the same thing, like a crop top and jeans and whatever, and all the boys are like wearing sweats, and they just sit there and just watch. I don't know. It's very apparent, I would say, at parties more than just in class. In class, it doesn't really. And then in society, I think media plays a big role in that.
Fraternities are pretty good, but sometimes some of them enforce something that make guys feel like, oh, I need to act in a certain way to fit in with my brothers, kind of thing. Or let's say it's a football team, and this dude, most of the time, is just a quiet dude, but then when he's with this group, he feels like he needs to show more of an aggression that he usually doesn't show on a normal day. Let's say him just walking by himself off campus, like on campus drive, he'll just be some dude just walking around slowly, and then let's say he sees this group, and then all of a sudden it changes, and then he's like this person out of the blue, and I'm like, dude, like, be yourself. In some classes on campus, when let's say they need people to be how may I say the word vulnerable, like you said. Sometimes you'll see some of the guys try to call back and try to show that, oh, I don't have vulnerability in me, kind of thing, when you know that, yeah, dude, you could just open up and talk about this and this and this, we need to discuss this and this, but then they try to be reserved because they want to show that, oh, hey, dude, I'm a man, like, I don't talk about my feelings in that kind of way, so yeah, I see that.
In society, through like media and such, like one really simple thing is like men who wear makeup, like not so much now, I think it's more normalized now, but it's just like not seen as normal or not seen as okay for men, like your definition said, to inherit like feminine traits.
Like you see a dad telling his son to like man up because something happened. When we actively suppress emotions, and like on campus I see it when guys are like, this is how many girls I slept with, and this is what I did, and I've done this and that.
I mean, you see it on campus with like the football players, because they're all like hard, you know. I mean, some of them, not all of them. I mean, a lot of them are really good people. But like you'll see it just like in how some guys just kind of carry themselves, and then you see it in the media all the time, just like, oh, I don't care. And it's like, I think like the best example would be like a breakup. You know, like guys are like, oh, I don't care, like whatever. It's like, no, like stuff like that hurts.
The more I think about it, I think hypermasculinity is more of a subtle action or a series of actions rather than an overt action. I mean, I definitely see it in guys, you know, the stereotypical fraternity type guy, or people that play sports, especially guys that play sports on campus. I see it, it's more of a manner of carrying yourself or something like that, rather than, you know, slamming the door in people's faces or putting them in a locker or something.
I definitely see it a lot on college campuses with definitely a lot of guys, and like especially at parties and stuff like that. So definitely more so on campuses than like just out and about.
I think just normalizing men wanting to be, I guess like men wanting to be more feminine, or men wanting to be whatever they want to be, just like not making such a big deal about it.
I think it starts with like media, because in my communications class we were talking about how like media influences like most of what we do. So with that like stigma, every time you watch a movie or something, you see like the guy being like the way you described it, hypermasculine, and we watch the media from like such a young age, so that's always what we see, and that's what we want to do. Like, it's only what you see. So I think we just gotta make men know that it's okay to be able to share your feelings.
I think it's more of a societal change that we have to pressure people not to act that way. I don't think there's an expectation for people to act that way, but we don't ostracize it in the way that we ought to.
It's more of like guys have to fix it themselves. I don't think women try to address this issue, but it can't be taken seriously from a women's stance. I feel like men need to be more responsible for themselves.
I think encouraging people to just be themselves as a kid, so they don't grow up with the stigma that they need to be something that they're not.
There is an awesome initiative that Roger Moreno is doing right now. It's called My Brother's Keeper. When you have somebody like that bring you guys together, like different guys, and then sit you down and it's like, we can discuss this and this, like there's the idea of being a man and being strong, and then there's the idea of respecting people and showing. Sometimes it's good to show your emotions. Sometimes it's good to let people in and share your weaknesses and things. So I feel like just having somebody there to guide.
I think we need to teach respect again, but we need to learn that we don't always have to be right, and I think we also really need to learn how to listen to each other.
I think it starts in like households. Like I think media obviously has a big part, but like in the end you're basically formed by your experiences overall, not just like things you're fed. So if like your personal experience is to like be comfortable with like not having to be the manliest man in the room and just being comfortable in whoever, feminine or whatever you want to be, like I think that's where it starts. But I think it kind of all starts with the parents, and you know, like giving them a safe space to be like, no, it's okay, like you are able to feel what you need to feel. So I think it just kind of starts at home.